Windchill Service Information Manager can be the source of the storage and management of all things service related about your products. Here we're going to go ahead and navigate to what we call a product hierarchy. Product hierarchies can be set up within Windchill Service Information Manager to help us easily identify and organize our products from a family, type, and model breakdown. When taking a look at the product hierarchy, we can see that we have a variety of different types of products being displayed. We're going to be focusing on the Polaris product. Selecting on the product shows us visual indication of what the product actually is, and we can dig down further into that product and view types of information that might represent the Polaris product: off-road vehicles, motorcycles, snow equipment, etc., etc. Let's navigate further down into our snowmobiles. As you can see, when we navigate into the snowmobiles, we have year information, whether it's 2017, 2018, as well as model information. This allows us within Windchill Sim to organize our products in a way in which it makes sense on how we want to deliver that information out to the field. Once we've created these types of structures, we can then start relating all of our service information that pertains to each individual year and model of that product to this product hierarchy. Windchill Service Information Manager also gives us access to what we call information structures. Information structures are essentially an encyclopedia of all service and parts information about your product. Users can create these structures in a variety of different types of ways, in which we break the product down into systems and subsystems. Navigating to the information structure shows us that we have a variety of different forms of information about our snow product or snowmobile. This information is related directly to that product hierarchy and the models that fall under that product hierarchy. The user has the ability to expand out each individual section and view the documentation, part information, even illustrations about that type of content. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of these objects. Windchill Service Information Manager allows us to store and manage PDF information or legacy documentation. So any kind of legacy documentation can be managed, version and iteration controlled within Windchill Sim and related directly to your product information. Navigating to this PDF, we can use Creo View to view what the PDF actually looks like. As we scroll through the document, you can see here that I have all my different pages, bookmark information, and so forth for me to easily view the information. Navigating back to the information structure, we're going to go ahead and look at another piece of content. Within our information structure, we also have the ability to not only manage legacy documentation such as PDFs, but also illustrations, XML that might be authored, as well as part information. We're now going to go ahead and navigate to an illustration. Service Information Manager allows you to manage all of your technical illustrations, whether they are created and published out to a 2D format or even a 3D format. We also have the ability, if those graphics or illustrations are used in a variety of XML documents, to see exactly where those components are being used and perform impact analysis. Using Creo View again, we're going to go ahead and load up our 3D illustration. These illustrations were created with PTC's Creo Illustrate. Within PTC Creo Illustrate, we can import in the CAD model and the visualization of the CAD model, and use that information to quickly and easily create 2D and 3D technical illustrations. Those types of illustrations can then be used downstream, whether you choose to use them in downstream XML documentation or even in augmented reality experiences. In this case here, we have an animation. Let's go ahead and play the animation and see what actually happens. Within this animation, you can see that we're actually disassembling the CAD geometry, and we use Creo Illustrate to create this overall animation. This might indicate to a technician out in the field or even a product owner how to disassemble the product. Navigating back to the information structure, let's go ahead and take a look at some other objects within the steering group. Here we have selected what we call a parts list. Parts list can be created and managed within Windchill Service Information Manager. Essentially, we take an engineering bill of material, create a downstream service bill of material, and link that information together. Once we've derived a service bill of material that is applicable to the service organization and maybe how we want to sell the product or service the product, we can then derive part list information. Looking at our parts list, you can see we have an itemized table. In that itemized table, I have a variety of different types of parts, and I can also view illustrations that might have been created based off of this CAD geometry. Again, we can use Creo Illustrate to create the illustrations, or even IsoDraw, a 2D illustration tool. Notice in this example that we have a variety of parts that are different in color. We can represent optionality within our parts and documentation within Windchill Service Information Manager, and choose to create and publish content so that it is context and configuration specific. Again, we're going to go ahead and use Creo View to look at our parts list. When you create a service bill of material and an associated parts list with an illustration, Windchill Service Information Manager, along with our Arbortext publishing engine, will publish the content out to a variety of different types of formats, whether you're looking for PDF or even HTML. Back on our information structure page, let's navigate to one more object. Here we're going to jump to our Ski Service Procedure XML document. We are using Arbortext Editor, which is PTC's XML authoring solution, and through a direct connection to Windchill Service Information Manager, as an author, I can open the XML documentation to view the information as well as edit and make changes to the information. Within this XML document, you are going to see that we actually have illustration content from Creo Illustrate embedded within the XML itself. These illustrations are dynamic in a way in which an author can go in, pick and choose which illustrations they actually want to use, as well as even play animations if those animations are embedded within that content.